Thanks to the support as a channel member, Michael Beagles. Kev, why on earth are you wearing that Leamington shirt for the first time in your life? I hear you cry. Don't you realise that you left them quite some time ago and you're now managing Real Madrid? Do you think this is a Twitch stream where you're still managing Leamington several times a week live over on Twitch and also highlights on LOLLUJO too of every one of those streams? Do you think that's what's happening, Kev? You don't even wear the shirt there. It just hangs behind you. No, it's not. All of that's true. But the reason I'm wearing this shirt for the first time ever, it's still got the tags in the back, is because I want to make you aware of the second time I'm going to wear this shirt. We are having our first channel meetup in years. Obviously, the pandemic made doing stuff like this a little bit tricky over the last few years, but way back when, some of you will remember we had a big channel meetup at Nuneaton when I was managing Nuneaton. We all went down, watched a match, had an awesome day, and we are finally in a position to do it again. Saturday, the 2nd of April, I am going to be at Leamington versus Darlington, and I invite you all to come along. We're just going to go there, watch the football together, have a lovely old time. There's nothing fancy planned. We've not got a function room or anything like that. You know, we're just literally going to watch the football together. But if you want to come and hang out with me and a bunch of you lot at a football match, get a do a football chant going, the 2nd of April, Leamington, that is the time to do it. If you want more details, there isn't really any more, but the best place to come and find out is on my Twitch streams most afternoons, twitch.tv/LOLLUJO, and we'll no doubt be talking about it a lot before the big day. But the manager of Leamington in real life has just hit his 600th game managing the club, and I am about 20 games away from hitting 600 games managing Leamington over on Twitch. So I'm going to try and become the longest serving manager in the club's history before we head down there. Just for my own amusement, really. 2nd of April. It's not long away. It's going to be great. Hello and welcome to Club 5, Part 6 of Non-League to Legend. I'm Kev, and coming up on today's episode is something a little bit different from a normal episode, because we're going to show you the Atletico game in the league first up. Then there's not going to be a second match. Instead, we're going to have the January transfer deadline day. And the reason we're going to be doing that is because since you were last with me, in addition to us establishing ourselves comfortably in these Champions League qualification spots with some very nice form, as you can see, we have been in really quite excellent form. And we've also generated a big pile of transfer money by trimming down an already quite small squad and not really replacing anybody within it yet. I mean, I say not really. We've got a few players who've come in. We'll get to them in a second. But we have made some significant player sales. Lucas Canizares, who was our first choice goalkeeper, he's gone to Southampton for £7 million. Sorry, £9 million. Thomas Silva is now our number one, the goalkeeper we signed in the summer. And we've gone all in on him. We've also sold Andreas Sheldrup to Inter Milan, who was on £375,000 a week for us. This caused a bit of a kerfuffle in the Real Madrid faithful because he is a fan favourite who's been at the club for a number of years now, but he was on too much money, he was old and he was rubbish, and quite frankly, he was on the transfer list at his own request as well, so he's moved on. John Rower decided he wasn't getting the opportunities he wanted, having only started 11 games for us this season, so he's gone to Juventus for £30 million. And Walter Margiacci, who I described earlier on in the series as somebody that I didn't really know why he was still here, he's gone to Aston Villa for £23 million. The fact that he left us to go to Villa shows he was never a Real Madrid standard player. We've already started to reinvest some of that. Yusuf Demir is in, still only 32 years old. We actually originally had him signed as a pre-contract to come in the summer, but we were offered to make the signing permanent now for £3.6 million. And with a squad as small as ours, it just made sense to. Yusuf Demir is obviously a player I'm pretty used to. Used him in the Barcelona save last year. I'm using him currently in #Keverton on the network save over on Twitch as well. So I know all about Yusuf Demir. I've not used him as a 32-year-old, but he's just a very useful chap to have around, both in attacking midfield, up front, out wide on either wing. He's going to be very handy for us. And then we brought in a couple of youngsters. Hassan Al-Diri is a Qatari international striker who's only scored 3 times internationally. My head of youth development brought this guy in. He is in from Paris Saint-Germain, and we've put him straight in Castilla, and we'll see how he gets on down there, but he's one for the future. The one that I brought in is Jan, a genuine Brazilian wonder kid. You know I love a Brazilian wonder kid. What better way is there to celebrate being at a club like Real Madrid than just peppering the squad with Brazilian wonder kids? Jan is a striker, 2.5-star current ability, 3.5-star potential. He's not spectacular, but I think what I found scouting in January is that it's very difficult to find those 5-star potential players who are good enough to come anywhere near the squad right now, because we've got some players who are so very good, like Koulibaly, who is so good, he makes everyone else look a little bit rubbish. And I think that's the problem we've got. When you look at Vinicius Jr., Yusuf Demir, players like that are only 3.5-star players. If Jan is going to be as good as those two, that's fine. That'll do. Vinicius Jr. has got 18 goals in 20 games for us this season and is a proper Real Madrid legend. Yusuf Demir is a world superstar. If this is how good Jan's going to get, yeah, all right, that's fine. We'll take that. They don't need to be 5-star. 3.5 stars is fine. But like I say, we do have a whole pile of money that's still left to spend and a squad that's even more unbalanced than it was. We've only got one goalkeeper in the squad now in Thomas Silva. So as an absolute minimum, we need another goalkeeper. If we look at the squad depth sorted via position overview is what we're looking for. You can see we desperately need a goalkeeper. We probably need another centre-back. We've sold 2 centre-backs this January, so we could probably do with another one. We certainly need another fullback in the squad, and we've known all along we need another striker because we are very low on strikers. Although it says we've got 5 great strikers at the club, when you look at who they actually are, Koulibaly's an attacking midfielder, Rafalski's a right back, Vinicius Jr. is an old winger, Mansour is a young winger, Yusuf Demir is a getting quite old winger. We don't really have a single out-and-out striker at the club. We would love to get Sergio Delgado, but we have tried to go in for him. I'm nothing if not predictable. I have tried. Norwich turned down a bid of £120 million for him. They want like 200 and something million. So, it actually says not for sale now. This player could generate an extra 3.7 per year in marketing revenue. See, he should be a Real Madrid player. He is. Everything about him screams Real Madrid player. We just can't afford him because Norwich are really digging their heels in, which is unfortunate. But we do need to do some transfers. We are on a tiny squad. I'm a little bit concerned as well because of player turnover already picking up the pace for January. When it comes to Champions League squad registration, we are only allowed to swap 3 players. So I have to be a little bit careful that I don't end up bringing in players that are going to get upset that they're not in the Champions League squad. Demir, for example, is going to have to be in the Champions League squad. The backup goalkeeper we bring in is going to have to be in the Champions League squad. That leaves only one more gap. That gap might be filled by Jan, who is a striker. It might be filled by a different striker or a fullback or some. There's going to be difficulties, but we'll worry about that in the second half of the episode because up first we have this game against Atletico Madrid. It is a key game when it comes to our push for winning La Liga, and this is the team we are putting out there to try and win it. We've got Silva in goal, who actually, since he's broken into the team, he has been playing really, really well. You can see I actually brought him in pretty much immediately after the last episode. He came off the bench against Anderlecht. We then didn't play him against Real Sociedad, but the game after that, I played him. And these first few appearances are what convinced me to sell Canizares. 7.5, 7.8, 7.5, 7.6. He's pretty good. Playing as a proper sweeper keeper, he is pretty good and getting better. So I'm not worried about him. Not worried at all. This is his first big test. I'm not worried about him. We've got Mikotadze, Marina, Atundi, and Rafalski at the back. Solé at the base of the midfield. Carrera and Carlos Vitor ahead of him. Lopez then in behind Koulibaly and Mansour. Wondering where Vinicius Jr. is? He's picked up a knock, so he's going to be unavailable for this game. Bell is suspended, and Jan I haven't yet been able to have a look at because he's away with Brazil under 23s, which he has been for as long as he's been at the club. So presumably there's like a month-long tournament in this January that he's faffing about playing in, and hopefully will come back and end up any good. It's not ideal because in an ideal world, we bring him in at the plan was we bring him in at the start of January, get a couple of games in him and work out from there if he's the answer or if he's more of a long-term thing, and decide from there whether we needed to go and get another striker or if he's enough. But as it is, we're not going to get to have a look at him in a match for us before the window closes. So we kind of have to, I think, probably go and get another striker anyway, maybe, depending on how much a defender might be. I know you're not going to love it if I go out and buy more defenders, but we're selling a lot of defenders. There's 2 centre-backs have left the club in the last couple of weeks. We only brought 2 in the summer, or was it 3 we signed in the summer? But we sold some then as well. It's a big job here, and I still feel like we're in the very early stages of it. But as you can see from the league table, we are moving in the right direction, which is good. I'm happy with how things are going. Barring an absolute disaster, we should be comfortable for Champions League qualification this year now, which is why I'm more comfortable playing around with the transfers a little bit more, because we're not trying to win the Champions League this year. It's not realistic for us to win it. We're not close to that level yet. So if we're already in the Champions League, then we kind of can take our feet off the pedal a little bit and focus on next season now. Although it would still be nice to win La Liga this year, it's not essential. It would that's a nice to have, but the priority really is to be in a position to win it next year. So I'm happier building that team now. That was the thinking behind Silva. Get him in now when it matters less. So next year, he's a year older. He's got a year of experience or 6 months of experience under his belt playing for us. And he's going to be in a much stronger position to be a proper first choice goalkeeper at a major Champions League club. Long-term planning. You've never seen anything like it out of this channel. This is new. This is brand new from me. I am thinking about the future and trying to develop players. I feel a little bit ill doing it, but ultimately it's what's best for the club. And you know me, I'm all about what's best for the football club. Atletico are trying to have a little bit of an attack situation going on here, which is a little troubling because we are the home team. We would like to grab the goal before halftime, but they're knocking the ball around quite comfortably. If one of our lads could nick the ball off of them, that would be terrific, really, if we could do that. But we are kind of chasing our tails a little bit here. They look very, very comfortable in possession. And I would love to see that tackle that I was talking. Remember when I said I'd love to see us do a tackle? That was a while ago, wasn't it? I would like to see one. If that whole highlight was just to see Emile Smith-Rowe thump it over the crossbar from the edge of the area, I think that demonstrates what a tame first half we've just witnessed with very little going on. I don't think we've had a shot on target in that first half. Rafalski has picked up a knock, but has also been the best player on the pitch, which is a difficult situation for us to be in, but we'll take him off. Chekon. Someone did tell me how to pronounce it, and I still can't remember what way round it is. Chekon. I need to sell him because I still can't say his name. Right, it's Atletico with another corner, and now we've got the chance for a breakaway. It's Lopez, who's got Koulibaly ahead of him. Koulibaly brings it down. If he can just cut past that defender, there's no one there to support him. He's got to do it on his own, or he's held the ball up nicely, and Mansour is there with a header, and unfortunately can't keep it down. It wasn't really the ball that he needed. It was head height on the edge of the area with defenders still in front of him. There's not much he can do with it. He made the best of it, but was very unlikely to score from that situation. We are going to take off Vitor and bring on Yusuf Demir to play in that attacking midfield position. And then Koulibaly. We don't have another striker. Do we play Demir up front? It is just a bunch of kids now, the rest of the bench, and Mikhailov. I mean, I did mention Demir as a striker. It's something I've done for Everton on Twitch. Let's stick Demir up front, but we're going to stick him up with Koulibaly. Lopez can go back in there, and then we will bring on Florentino, who we've recalled from his loan. If you remember, we sent him out on loan to Girona. He's been recalled and is now back in the squad. so he can come on to play in there. And this is the problem we've got in this squad. It's a very small squad still. I think we covered that at the start of the episode, but this is why this transfer deadline day is going to be so important. Soleil's there, and talking of things that are important, Soleil from the corner. He's my new hero. What a turnaround the Soleil story has been this year. Written off before the season started, forced his way into the team, becoming a hero, and now grabbing an incredibly important goal when it comes to our title push. That puts us back within 2 points of Barcelona. It's shaping up to be a 2-horse race at the top of La Liga this season. This will see Atletico off if we can beat them here. And I know you all love the fact that it sounds like I promise you, if I was saying athletic, it would be like that. Me saying athletic, that is me trying to say their name properly. My tongue doesn't do this shape very well, though. Koulibaly is in, and he, once again, proving that he's not a goal scorer. He's a creator, but creators are idiots. We know that. He needs to score goals. Clearance to the edge of the area. I'm not even commentating anymore. Oh, Silva, what are you doing there? Just palming it back out into the path of the players ahead of you, but he gets away, but he picks up another clean sheet because Thomas Silva's a hero, apparently. And we have dealt with them lads from over there. Brilliant. Right. Deadline day incoming. There might even be some business done before deadline day starts. I don't think I've done a video and included a full deadline day in it since right at the start of FM22 when it was still a novelty. But I am still trying to get business set up and ready before deadline day. The problem is every player who looks like they might improve us, remember moron, look how much he is. It's like this Real Madrid tax added onto everything. Everyone that we want is crazy expensive. Here we go then, folks. Deadline day, and apparently we're linked with a few players. A winger. We don't play with wingers. We're also linked with this guy, a centre-back. I mean, that's possibly a little bit more realistic. He's at Inter. But he is 30 years old, so we're probably not going to sign him. Yes, we're going to take part in deadline day. We do have one player potentially lined up. It annoys me that screen disappears because that was quite a useful screen. We've got this guy hopefully coming in. Not going to talk about him. A little bit of topical Disney humor there. If you know, you know. But he's another player like all the others that we've got. But I don't know what to do. There is nothing that's actually going to help this squad that is affordable, that makes sense. Even goalkeeper. This is a problem because, as you know, I only work with the players that my scouts can find me. My director of football has just given up, apparently. He just ain't doing anything. I don't know what. I genuinely don't understand what's... Oh, he's recommending some midfielders. Lovely. That's the position we need to strengthen. Oh, and we actually did get a couple of strikers out of him. We might bring one of these guys in, but are either of these really likely to be the answer? Thomas Gomez, I mean, he might be the answer. But he's expensive, though, and I bet he's not ready now. And then Jay Shepherd, who is a current Welsh international at Swansea. I mean, you can't sign someone who's got 9 goals for Swansea in the Championship this year for Real Madrid. I don't care. You just can't. So back to goalkeeper. What do we do? Do we go and spend 15 million on a 36-year-old Donnarumma, knowing that that means Silva isn't going to play for the next 2 or 3 years, and that officially then makes him a waste? Anyone else who could come in and start is crazy expensive. There's this guy at £5.75 million. Again, though, comes in as first choice goalkeeper. Silva is done if we bring this guy in. So, okay, let's try and bring in, I mean, a veteran who's not quite so good to be his backup. They're all crazy expensive. Maybe we want a young goalkeeper who can compete with Silva, and we'll give them both the opportunity to try and establish themselves as first choice. Well, there's options, but they're all as expensive as he was. I can't spend £100 million on goalkeepers in one season. This guy, maybe, at 18, Jovan Lutovac. but he's not even 5-star potential. He's only got a C rating on the scout report. I guarantee that 1-star with 2 white out, what do we even call them? 1 proper star, 2 potential stars on his current ability. Guarantee he's going to be nearer this end of that range. Maybe we just bring him in because he's a cheap option. How much is he? 6 to 8 million. Just to get a goalkeeper through the door. Obviously on installments because we're not made of money. We've got to save money for a striker and some defenders. So let's say 7 million on the Never Never. That seems fine to me. We'll do that. So that's our goalkeeper sorted. And then how much money are we going to have? Maybe. We've got to get him to come in. And then what do we still need? A striker. It's similar slim pickings up front. And we don't know if Jan's going to be any good yet, which is a difficulty. So we've got James Marsh off of Sheffield United, who's £60 million. Gaza is right up there as one of the top options. We know he isn't good enough. Or he's done all right for Borussia Dortmund this season. Okay, let's forget about striker. We need a left back. What have we got at left back? I know I've still got the 23-year-old age thing on, but that's because that's what the board still want. Left back looks a little easier to sort. The only problem is, again, stupid expensive. Although this guy, less so. Chung Dong Yun, who, yeah, I think this guy's coming in. We'll have a bit of this. We'll get the cheapo signings in and save the money for the striker that we need. So 1.2 million for him. Can we grab him? Well, we want to play 1.2. Okay, we'll go back to... Are you going to make me leave that on now? Fine, do that. Okay, so that's a left back. What else did we need? If we go back in here, a defensive midfielder and a striker. So, defensive midfield. What have you got for me, universe? Mikhail Fontaine. He might be 6'3", and he's a playmaker, a ball-playing defender, and he's French. This is everything I've ever wanted. So maybe him, although he's going to be expensive. We don't really... I mean, we can't afford him. This guy, I'm not interested in an anchor. He's a more attacking midfielder we don't really need. I guess we make an offer for this guy then. Which is going to cost about 40 million. Oh, looks like we've already... Have I already tried for this guy? That's interesting. I don't remember already making an offer for him. Is that normal for structured deals to just be sat there like that, ready to go? Does that mean maybe my director of football's tried and failed previously? That's probably what it means. And then how much would that leave for a striker? So that would mean we'd have spent 40 million of the 52 that we've got. We're going to have to hope Jan is good, aren't we? Unless we get, who was that guy from Swansea? Is he going to be cheap? Oh, hold on. It's giving me an extra one now. Robert Van Dijk. A striker called Van Dijk's got to be good. He's wanted by teams that aren't really good enough to interest me. This guy. Can we get this guy on loan, maybe? It's an expensive loan. Is he good? I mean, if he's that fast, he probably is. Maybe we try and loan him. And let's see how many of these go through. Well, in a surprising turn of events based on how recent transfer windows have gone, we got all of them. Plus a bonus one, which I'll show you in a second. I'm just adjusting my budgets. There might still be a player leaving, so there might still be more business to be done. We've just turned down a £20 million offer for Mansur from Manchester City, and he's a bit upset that we turned it down. The reason they've come in for a player is because we stole one of theirs. We've just signed Karim Adeyemi. I know he's 34. He doesn't really fit in with the young player profile that we're looking for, but he was available out of contract at the end of the season. So was Mbappe, but as soon as we went in for him at Manchester City, they did his 1-year contract extension, but Adeyemi, they didn't. So he's in on it's a 1-year contract at the end of this one. It's like an 18-month contract. He is 34 years old. He's only just turned 34, though, and he has been a thorn in my side for Manchester City for years. So fingers crossed he can come in and give us a little bit of an extra option up front. Takes the number 9 shirt. Aside from that, we did bring all the others in. Like I say, it's a little bit of a lottery if they're any good or not. Chung Dong-yun, not so much. He's a backup left back because we needed a backup left back. He'll probably be gone again in the summer. But he's a number through the door for now. Mikhail Fontaine, I'm a little bit disappointed about. 2.5-star current ability, 3-star potential. I'm sure he looked better than that on my scout reports. So I think that one might have been a mistake. This is what happens when you leave it to deadline day and rush. Bruno is a central midfielder who can also play attacking midfield, 3-star and 4-star for him. And then Thomas Gomez, the striker on loan from Manchester United, is in as well. So we've got a couple of attacking options now, 2.5-star, 4.5-star. We've actually got a fee agreed to bring him in for 75 million in the summer if we decide we want him. I suspect for 75 million we won't. Adeyemi was 6.25, and then Jovan Lutovac is our new backup goalkeeper, joining us from M1's. And he is 2-star current ability, 3.5-star potential. I am still banking on the players that are really, really good, making some of these potentials look lower than they would be at another club, because otherwise that is a bunch of terrible transfers. Where am I? Why haven't I got abilities on here? What's going on? This isn't my view. Give me my custom view. There we go. I don't know why I have a custom view that doesn't have abilities on, but we do have, like I say, Koulibaly and Borja Morales has got huge potential as well. They're the only two at the club who are considered 5-star potential players. So everyone else being compared to those two absolute superstars are going to get a little bit of a downgrade, and that's what I'm banking on. But the squad is now a lot fuller than it was. I don't know why we've just brought in a goalkeeper. Has he not gone into the first team squad? Why is he here? Did he arrive? What is happening? He definitely came in. He's gone to the under-19s, right? Well, that needs fixing immediately. Get him into the first team squad. Has anyone else gone sneaking into the under-19s without me realising it? Because these are players that are supposed to be part of the first team because we needed numbers. He in the first team? He is good. So it was just that one. Fred Garrett we've sent out on loan because we brought in Chung Dong-yun to be our backup left back. So let's go back to this screen we were just mooching around on before. So we now have a good goalkeeper and an average goalkeeper. We've actually got some strength in depth up front and in midfield now. We've got options on the wings if we decide to do them. We are a little bit light still at right back and around here. I think that's what that means. Although, no, yeah, it must. The yellow must mean we're a little bit light. If we look at the version of this that I'm a little bit more accustomed to, obviously Rafalski is a right back. Etundi, Mikhailov, Marina. I'm pretty comfortable with what we've got. There doesn't seem to be any huge gaps in this. Adeyemi, I think, is going to be a crucial signing. And hopefully that youngster from Manchester United will turn out pretty good as well. But I'm not unhappy with that. It's still not the dream transfer windows. Either of them are not the dream transfer windows I was expecting to have at Real Madrid. It's, oh, see, we could have got Damien. How are they getting him so cheap? Why wasn't he coming up on my scout report? Oh, now I'm cross. I would have loved to have got Damien. Maybe it's not too late. We've just signed Adeyemi. How much have they offered? I'd love to have a Damien in my team again. We don't really have any money. We've got 3 million. Oh, right, perhaps we do try and sell Mansour to City. Can we convince them? What am I doing? Can we convince them that they take Mansour and we have Damien? Let's not go up to 3 million in individual pounds. Right, we might offer Mansour out here. Oh, that's so annoying. The problem is Mansour is quite good. 3.5-star current ability, potentially he's only 23, 9 goals in 14 games. We probably don't want to be offering him out because all the good clubs want him. So we probably want him too. If anyone wants Rafalski, Paris Saint-Germain want to offer us silly money for Rafalski, we'll take it. We don't have a backup right back, but we'll definitely take it. This deadline day is potentially not over yet, folks. Oh, it would be the... See, we can't afford him. We can't afford him. We're not getting Damien. That is very sad. No, we're just... If we hadn't have got Adeyemi, we could have got Damien. Adeyemi is a short-term fix. Damien could have been our striker longer term. I hate Manchester City. And now I really hate them because now we've walked away from Damien. They've come back in with a better offer for Mansour. If that had been on the table before, does that mean they're not getting Damien? Can we try again? He's not going to discuss terms with us now, is he? Let's try again. And let's negotiate this. I don't know. How much should we be asking for? Because he wants to go there. That's the thing. Right. Let's accept it. But we're not letting our backup goalkeeper go. It's on the basis that we get Damien. So we need Damien to come in. Yeah, and he's not going to. Can we try and convince him? Well, then we're not letting Mansour go. I hate Football Manager sometimes. Well, despite City coming in with an even bigger offer for Mansour after we turned that one down, they then went back in for Damien right at the end of the window and didn't get him. So Damien is still going to be on the table in the summer. That is something worth remembering as a longer term solution. In fact, we could probably make that offer sooner than the summer and have him lined up to come in the summer. Because I think for 25-30 million pounds, you ain't doing any better than Damien. And I remember when he was back at Villarreal years back, absolutely ripping us apart in the Champions League. We know he's good. He's just been stalled at Bundesliga, at Bayern Munich for years. But he's clearly got the ability to score some goals in this league, and he is quick, and quick is good. So can we make an offer to bring him in for the summer? I don't know if that might still be too soon. But this is the summary of what we've done. I don't think it's disastrous business. 92 in, 104 million out. Adeyemi, I think, is going to be a key signing, and we've filled gaps with just bodies through the door in other areas. We're spending more wages than anyone else in the league, and I am so not happy with the squad still. The mad thing is we're still paying so much more money in wages than I was paying at Norwich, and it's not close to the Norwich squad yet in terms of quality. But let's not worry about that just yet. It's a long-term project. What we do need to make sure is that we can now do a Champions League squad. Just draw all the teams. I don't care about the Copa del Rey. We're playing against Sevilla in that. I'm just going to hit continue until we have to do Champions League squad registration. That's going to be the difficulty now. Yeah, we'll keep trying with Damien. We'll have him arranged to come in the summer. I think he is the long-term answer for us up front. At least if we can't get Delgado, we're going to need a big pile of money to be able to get Delgado. Again, we're going to worry about all this. I want to see the Champions League squad registration. can we actually register a Champions League squad? We're all right with a La Liga squad. It's that Champions League squad that could be about to cause some morale problems in the squad. Come on, how many more times do I have to get continue? I could have cut here now. Am I still going to cut? If I cut, I know I guarantee it's going to come up immediately. Right, it's not even on here, is it? Fine. We'll cut. And as expected, it was the very next thing. Right. Yeah, this is the problem. We've got all these unregistered players. Huh. Is it? Ah, there we go. I was going to say maximum of 3 new players. I'm trying to register 10 new players. Oh God, this is problem. Can I confirm that? I mean, has it let me confirm that? Just going to hit continue. Because despite, I don't know, are we about to get a fine? Because I'll take a fine. I think it's let us register them all, even though it shouldn't have done. We might have just found a little bug in the game, which I wish I'd have known about at Everton in the network game, because I upset an entire squad trying to do the Champions League squad registration properly. They are all in. Let's not question it. If you've enjoyed that, please make sure you leave a nice big thumbs up on there for me. Subscribe to the channel for daily Football Manager videos. And thank you very much for watching.